spicy episode because stuff was good this week, mostly, mostly good.
Yeah.
So, Dynamite, how did you like Dynamite?
I actually really enjoyed it. Like I'm always like indifferent with Dynamite. Like I pretty liked it.
Okay, so this is just from me, just a disclaimer. There was like two good things on Dynamite. Everything else just felt to me just felt there. Like it really just felt there. It was only two good things on Dynamite where I was like, oh, this fucking slaps and this fucking slaps. Everything else was like, eh. Because I felt like this is what I feel like. I feel like it was
Mhm.
a lot of more WWE ish in this show where it was like this didn't appeal to what I wanted to see out of AEW. It's like I want to see a certain thing out of AEW, and it's like mainly the wrestling and story. Everything else on the show just felt like it was just WWE. And from the start, and this is what fucking bothers me, not you, but everybody else. This is what bothers me. How everybody was like, "Oh, this was such a great show. The great show. This was a great show." But if you look at half of the shit that they're doing, it's like this literally was like almost verbatim a Raw show, and you get mad at Raw when they do the same exact thing, and it's like, but you just all of a sudden was like, oh, AEW is the same shit, and it's like, dude, it's basically almost verbatim the same shit, like except there's good matches. That's it.
I can see that point.
Because it started off with Will Ospreay getting mad at MJF, and he's pissed off at MJF for what he did to Daniel Garcia, and he calls MJF a little prick. And he says you're blaming everything on ADD. I got ADHD, bro. And this is what weirded me out about this promo. He says, we're going to have the match next week for the title, me and you. And I was
Yeah, that
perplexed.
was weird.
Yeah, because I'm like, that should have been all in, right? I'm like, that should have been an all in match. I'm like, nah, that was weird.
Evi- Evidently, they want to make it special because it's their 200 or 250 show, something like that.
It's their
But like
250, no, the 250 show, but like I've heard other reasons why they're trying to make it special, but go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, but like I totally agree with you. It should be on the pay per view, but they're trying to make this shit special. So I kind of see their point, but I lean more towards yours, and it should be at the pay per view. Like I agree with you more so
Yeah, like
because that's a big
I,
match.
yeah, it was like a really big match. I'm like, oh, they're gonna save it for the pay per view. They're like, no, we're doing it next week. And then like they made another huge match, and it's like, oh, this is more about the ratings than it is about fucking the pay per view. Because that's what it is.
Yeah,
It's like it's not like they're going into a rating war. It's they need to lock in the fucking TV deal, so they have to do numbers on ratings, and what they're doing isn't blowing them away. So they're like, all right, we're gonna put pay per view caliber matches on the regular show so people tune in. I was like, okay.
if this flops and people barely like tune in, do you think their deal is in jeopardy?
No, their deal's not in jeopardy. They're gonna get a deal, but the substantial amount of the deal, I don't know. But the thing is, like this, there's like weirds me out. Is like these are like pay per view caliber matches you should be putting on the pay per view. Like now, it's like
Yes.
half of the shit that on the pay per view. It's like I don't want to see. Like the two big matches that's on the pay per view is like okay, with three big matches that's going to be on the pay per view. I'm like, all right, I really want to see those. Like those are all in caliber matches, but the other stuff where it's like, oh, we see this match and it looks like it would be a banger, and it's like, no, this is going to be on the show. So it is what it is.
I'll say this: like, while I liked this show, this whole MJF stuff, I do not like. Like I don't like heal him at all. Like that ruins it for me.
Yeah, and that was so funny because like I saw a lot of people get so hyped up about heel MJF, and it's like MJF lost me as like a heel fan when he just like so drove into like the war 2024, and Osprey brings that up too. And he just like it was
Yeah.
just like it got so oversaturated, and then like the multiple gazillion shots of WWE that was like unnecessary and just like unnecessary bullshit. And that's what drove me like to not liking MJF because he started off fine in the very beginning, and then it just like he just slowly drifted into like this total asshole where it's like you're completely unlikable. Like not even oh you're supposed to be unlikable for the character. You're just completely unlikable. And then when he finally did do the transition to being a face, it was like oh like he's kind of a little bit redeeming himself, and then like he just immediately just threw that shit out the way. I'm like all right whatever.
Not to mention the 50 million origin stories. The one with Punk, the one with Regal, the one with and was there one with Adam Cole? Like there
Yep.
was like a bunch of them.
Yeah, he just has a million. And I'm listen when he goes face to face with Will Ospreay. If he comes up with another fucking origin story for Will Ospreay, I'm done with MJF. I'm like no longer.
Well, I hate to tell you, it's coming. It's coming. Can I see
Uh,
it?
I hope not, cause fuck, man, like that was like the only thing about him like being a face. He wasn't doing origin stories every fucking week, but now he's gonna do it again because that's what heel MJF does,
The poor man's Joker.
basically.
I said it.
So then we go to the first match, which was a really good match. And I'm pissed off at this match, not because of the ending. I'm pissed off at this match because he did the thing that I literally complain every fucking week about. Stop acting like you're injured, and one day I'm not going to care. And
What did I message you?
yeah, you said he did the thing.
Do you remember?
No, no, no. What did you message me?
I called him Brian Dyenson because he always out there like he's about to fucking die. Like what the fuck?
He just
Bloody mess and whatever. The match was awesome, but yes, I agree with you totally. Like what the fuck?
yeah, then he did like a dive on the outside and he just like started holding his neck and his arm and shaking his stuff. And it's like, bro, come on, man. Like, can we just not do this? Like, this is the thing that irritates me about the match. It's like he's a great wrestler, but it's like, oh, I need to pretend I'm dying. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Guess it makes it more exciting. I guess.
To who? To fucking who? Like that's the problem. It's like if you were just a normal person with like and you just did this injury angle, people be like, "Oh, this is so cool." We know you have a history of these fucking injuries, and it's like, no, I'm just gonna pretend like you're a beloved. I say this all the time. You're a beloved fucking character, and you just want to go, "Oh, I'm dying, guys! Ah, referee stoppage! Ow!" It's like we're worried about your fucking safety, and you're like, "Nah, I'm just gonna keep fucking with your emotions." And it's to the point where it's like you fuck with our emotions, we don't care anymore. Because I saw like three people just go, "Yo, I really wish you would fucking stop this." Like we care,
Yep.
but like just fucking stop. And that's all I want. I just want them to stop. Like you can have a great match without doing all the bullshit. Because like look at Zack Sabre Jr. Zack doesn't do that shit. Zack just wrestles a fucking match, and Zack is one of the best in the world. And so it is what it is.
Guaranteed this is gonna happen, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like, don't call me on it because like I apologize right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do that shit one too many times, and then one day I'm gonna tweet making fun of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he's actually gonna be injured, and everybody's gonna be mad at me.
That's gonna be so funny.
I'm calling it now.
So it was
But who
one
won it?
no, it was one ridiculous ass thing that happened in this match. Like the ref, it was a
Okay.
ref bump, and Hangman brought in a belt. The belt goes around Bryan's neck, and Jeff Jarrett gets in there. Jeff Jarrett gets in there, and he's literally about 5 or 10 minutes. Bryan still has his fucking belt around his goddamn neck. For about 10 minutes, has his goddamn belt around his neck. He gets the pin. Jarrett takes the belt off of him. Bryan pins Hangman, so he going to the fucking finals against Swerve. And I'm like, okay. So,
That shit was crazy.
It was.
I thought he was supposed to be the special referee, like from the get go. Like he was just an enforcer.
That they changed it. They changed it up because he said he wanted to be the special referee, and they just made him an enforcer. So it was what it was. I mean, he did the job that he's supposed to do. Now Bryan's going to face Swerve at All In, and it's like, all right, cool. So then after he wins, Swerve comes out. No contact between the two of them. They just walk past each other, and Swerve gets in there and cuts a promo about he wants to face the Elite. He hates them. And next week, how about it's me and you, Okada? And I literally was just like, what just happened? Because it was one of them things where he walks to the ring, Bryan is still in the ring. They just go to commercial. They don't say shit to each other. They don't touch. It's just like nothing. So no interaction happens. And it's like they have the main event of All In. No interaction. Like, the fuck is going on here?
Is Okada versus Swerve a title match?
No. And I swear to God, like, it was one of the fucking weirdest things that they did. When they promoted it, they said champion versus champion. And, like, to the normal fucking person, they're like, oh, it's title for title. And it's like, no, that's not what's happening. Like, you shouldn't have marketed on the fucking thing says champion versus champion. Yes, they're both champions, but people automatically go, oh, it's title for title. And it's not. It's just a fucking match with two champions.
Kind of like how people understood Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes at first.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Be that.
Yeah, and like that's exactly what it is. It's like you just totally misinterpret it. But it's AEW's fault for like not going, hey, this is what's happening, and people literally took it until like other people had to say, yo, it's not title for title. It's just they're both champions and they're just fighting. That's it.
Yeah.
So then we had an acclaimed music video talking shit about the Elite. And what makes this like even more funnier, like they did this whole rap video. It was whatever it was. It was okay. But what makes this funnier is Max Caster was talking shit about Mansoor on Twitter. And like they were just going back and forth. And Mansoor just like literally just like eating and just like does like this low-key dumbass rhyme, and he just raps against Max Caster, and it was way better than what Max Caster put on television. I was like, that's a shame. Like Mansoor wasn't even really serious. He was just like bullshitting, and it was better than whatever the fuck Max Caster put on TV. That's crazy.
I hated that whole rap.
Me too. I hated the shit out of that. And that was a thing. So speaking of hate, I hated this next thing that was the learning tree, Chris Jericho versus Samoa Joe. And they're having this match. And somebody goes, oh, Jericho is so over. Like, there were people in the crowd waving, like 80% of the crowd was waving hi, guys. You look at the crowd, nobody was waving fucking hi, guys. Like, there's just you being a fucking friend of Jericho and trying to put him over to everybody. That fucking sucks. Jericho's gimmick, it fucking sucks. People hate it. Like, the 5 or 6 people that fucking love it, they're like, oh, I love this. Like, he's getting over hi, guys. He's not getting over hi, guys. You're making shit up because you're friends with Jericho. Stop. None of this stuff is happening. If you look on TV, you look right directly at it, none of that shit is happening. I don't give a fuck.
They made a T-shirt for Hi Guys too, or Hey Guys,
I
however the fuck you say it.
I know, like, but this shit is like no one gives a fuck about this. Like no one cares. And then they just did a thing where they did a kind of injury angle to Samoa Joe. They ran him through some drywall that wasn't even real. If you look at it, it's like the most randomest thing. It's like, why is this wall here? Why is this wall whiter than all the other walls? Why? Okay, they're just throwing them through it. It was so dumb.
Is that the first time that happened like that? Like, because he was on the fucking machine.
I mean, on the forklift, yes, but like people getting thrown through like just a random wall that's not a real wall, yeah, like that happens a lot.
Yeah, I remember years ago Brock Lesnar threw Matt Hardy through a wall.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like on a forklift, this is the first time.
Yes.
It's so
So
weak.
yeah, it was just dumb. So apparently Joe's out because he's filming Twisted Metal, and one thing is Cole Cabana was there. That that fucked me up.
Well, according to him, like Punk's not there no more, so he could be on TV.
I mean, yeah, I mean, good for him. So they get rid of Joe. Joe's gone. Then we have a four-way, and I forgot what they called it, and it was like a weird ass thing where a bunch of people from all different
Global.
countries, the global Galafafuck. That's what I'm calling it, global Galafafuck. And it was Claudio, Kyle Fletcher, Pac, and Ishii. The good thing about Ishii, which Tony Khan said, Ishii will be wrestling through the summer with AEW because he's not in the G1. So, hey, at least he's on TV. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he's good. Fucking powerhouse.
Yep. So then Pac gets the win, and Pac says he's going for the international championship. He wants it at Wembley Stadium. Now, somebody said that that's not even a match for Wembley Stadium for the international championship. They said Pac isn't getting that title match. So why did Pac say it if he's not getting a title match? Until something is further cleared up, I'm going with the idea of Pac is getting that match. Okay, that's what I'm going with.
I thought it was obvious to me, but whatever.
Yeah, like if some according to some people, that's not even the obvious thing. So then we have Hangman, and Hangman's in the back, and he bumps into Renee. And Renee's like, "Dude, what are you being such an asshole for?" And he just knocks on the Elite's door. Okada comes to the door. They say a little something, and the Bucks come out, and the Bucks are like, "Hey, Hanger, what's up?" And he said, "I'm on your team for blood and guts." And that made sense because he's not getting his title match against Swerve. He wants to fight Swerve, so that's a reason to fight Swerve.
He's gonna fuck him up in this cage match.
I hope so. So then we get the CEO, Mercedes Moné, and she comes out, and they're in Calgary, so she does the line, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Now, a lot of people was like, oh, she did that because she was in Canada. I took that as maybe that has something to do with Natty, and I'll explain why in a minute. So she's doing her thing. Britt Baker comes out. Britt Baker punches a bunch of security, and then Mercedes runs like the most cartoonish run I've ever seen to get out of there. Like, it was hilarious. So next week, Mercedes is having an open challenge for the TBS title, and she says anybody but Britt Baker. So to me, I'm like, could that be Natty because she did the best of the best thing? Like, because Natty hasn't re-signed with WWE yet.
Could be her, or it could be a certain hater.
No, from what I heard about Jamie Hayter, they have plans for her, and her plans will be her probably returning at Wembley. Like those are the
That
most
makes
likely
sense.
point. Is her like after a match with somebody, probably after the Mercedes match, she comes out and Jamie Hayter returns. So that's what's the going plan now.
Okay.
Because that's what was put her in Fightful. They have like she since the spring they have plans for her, plans for her, plans for her, and they're just waiting for the right time to execute them. And Wembley might be the right time to execute it. Because if she shows up and she fights Mercedes, that does nothing because the biggest match is Britt Baker versus Mercedes at All In. And like her just showing
Yeah.
up and having this match, it does nothing because it's like, oh, you had this match, you lost. But we want to see Jamie Hayter in a big match. The two women's titles are locked. They're locked into the best feuds in AEW right now. So it's like they don't even like they can't do anything. So the best thing would be once the story finished with one of them, probably Mercedes, at All In, Jamie Hayter finally returns, blows the fucking roof off, and you set up a match for her and Mercedes down the line. So yeah,
'Cause that's
I'm
her
cool with
home.
it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Yep, that's her home.
Okay.
So then we have Darby Allin beat up Brandon Cutler, and he tells the Elite that he's back. To me, is just okay. Darby Allin is going to be in blood and guts on Team AEW.
Why did Cutler have face paint, by the way?
Apparently, like to what I'm taking from it, which has not been explained, he attacked him and put face paint. That's what I was just gathering from this.
That nicely put though. Like you think it was like like smeared or something like that. Like Sting did to Hogan one time, but in TNA, but that seemed like it was perfectly put on.
Yeah, like I have no idea. It was very weird to me, and I'm just like, all right, whatever, sure,
Okay, glad it's not just me.
yeah. So then we get to the main event, and the main event is Willow versus Mariah, which was a really good match. And
Yes.
Mariah May won by a victory roll, like Owen beat Brett. And like, oh, that's cool. Also, did you notice Willow Nightingale's gear?
Wasn't it pink and black?
No, it was the Owen Hart yellow and black, the Danger
Oh
one
yeah. Yes,
when he was.
yes.
Yep, yeah. So she was wearing that.
Someone I got confused because someone else wore pink and black throughout the night. So
That was
yeah,
Mariah
you're right.
May and also Brian Danielson. They both wore pink and black.
Yes.
So
That
Mariah,
actually was like one of my favorite versions of Owen, the Danger one.
really, really,
Yeah.
oh
Uh-huh.
wow,
Like
that
as weird as that sound, because like it's not one of the most popular. Like I liked it.
yeah, that mine's was the King of Hearts.
Yeah, that is a good one.
So Mariah and Tony celebrate. They go up to the top and they go to get the title off of the trophy. They get the title and bam, Mariah turns on Tony, busts her the fuck open, and just beats the shit out of her. Then Luther comes. Mariah beats the shit out of Luther. She throws him off the stage, and Mariah just destroys Tony, just beats the hell out of her. Blood's running down Tony's face, and she gives her a kiss with blood on her face.
Don't
That
forget she
was
stabbed her with a fucking heel.
Oh, that was the last thing she did. She stabbed her with the shoe. That was she told her to watch for the shoe. So
Yeah.
this was it was a really, really good angle. It was a really good angle. And
Yes.
it was so awesome.
Caught me off guard. Like I thought he was gonna turn on her when like the whole what was her name? Nina, I believe the young
Mm-hmm.
lady's name was that she
Yes.
faced recently. Tony, that is. I thought she was gonna betray her then, but seeing that she didn't, I thought like she was gonna be loyal, and then she would win, and then Tony was gonna turn on her. So like yeah, it didn't pan out that way. I didn't think it was gonna be that brutal either.
I honestly didn't think it would be that soon. I was like, okay, they're gonna do it eventually, like in the next couple of weeks. I didn't think it was gonna be right then and there. It's like, oh, she won. Here we go. I was like, all right, they're gonna do it eventually. But they did it right
Because their
there.
match is not anytime soon either, right?
The thing is, like with all of these all in matches, they're not until the end of August. Like we're still in the middle
Okay.
of July. It's 6 weeks. So there's time. And they may be doing a kind of an injury angle to take Tony off of TV for a little while because, like I said, the show isn't for a while. Like it's not for a while.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, she might be
that
off of TV because they had like a YouTube angle or whatever where they was
mm-hmm.
backstage, and it
Yep.
looked like two people was carrying her. It looked like she couldn't walk or nothing like that, so she might be out for a while.
Yes. I think I think she might be out for just a little tiny while.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, it's going to be a while before that happens, but that is one of the hottest angles in AEW, and I'm all for it. Like I'm all for it. This is the Mercedes match is like I'm 100% for. The Brian Danielson match versus Swerve is going to be a good match. I just don't know who I'm rooting for in a match.
Same.
So I mean, that's AEW. Now we go over to Monday Night Raw, and this first thing that happened on Raw was funny. It was funny because throughout the night, not even just here, but like throughout the night, this all telegraphed one thing that like I heard on another podcast, and like I had heard this before. Like somebody had said it was like, "Hey, this looks like this is going to be a plan," and I heard it on a podcast with like kind of confirmed it. I was like, "Oh," and this all started to make sense right here, and I was like, "Oh, this is just SummerSlam '97 all over again, and not even just SummerSlam '97, but SummerSlam everything that happened after that. Like this is perfectly laid out. Like when this whole thing started, I was like, oh, this is SummerSlam '97 right here because
Mm.
CM Punk comes out and CM Punk literally says like, Drew, you got what you deserve. I told you as long as there's breath in my body, I'm never letting you win the world title. And so he's talking, and then all of a sudden Seth Rollins comes out. And Seth's like, dude, what the fuck? And he's like, listen. He's like, listen. He's like, he's like, he basically starts saying all of this stuff. And he basically roundabout kind of apologizes. And Seth was like, no, I don't want to hear it. He's like, listen, man, I'm just trying to fucking apologize. Like he's telling him, he's like, listen, I'm trying to apologize. And Seth goes, you know what's fucked up? He said, all of this, you do all of this with no repercussions. You need to get consequences of your actions. Something needs to happen to you. He's like, listen, you are a fucked up individual. and you just run around and double whatever you think, and you never get any consequences. And he's like, one day is going to catch up with you. And Seth leaves. And I was just like,
he's not wrong.
he's not wrong at all. He's not wrong at all. And then they show when Drew freaked out on Adam Pearce and the referee, which, if you're listening, it makes sense because something happens later on in the night where it officially confirms what's not confirmed yet and probably will be confirmed over the next week. That you'll be like, oh my God, this is basically SummerSlam 97. So then we go to the back after that little thing and we get Dom and Liv and Pierce. And Dom's like, yo, we have a mixed tag match tonight. I didn't ask for this. And Pierce is like, it doesn't matter. You consented to it. He's like, I never consented to it. He was like, it doesn't matter. It's happening anyway. He's like, oh, man. And then Liv starts to flirt with Dom. And it's like, oh, okay, that's more flirting. Which literally, at the end of the night, one thing happened, and it's like, I fucking called it. Something happened. I was like, I fucking called it. This is a lock for me. This is another lock for me. It's like, yeah, I fucking called it. Because I was like, shit. So then we had Jey Uso come to the ring, which that was fucking hilarious. So Jay comes to the ring. Him and Chad Gable are fighting. He beats Chad Gable, and the Wyatt stuff happens. And Jey Uso, in his best, I know what's about to happen, fuck y'all, goes yeet and dips. He just fucking ran. That shit was so good. That was
the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, you talked about earlier, they fucking leaving like a cartoon. That was cartoonish.
Yes. So then Chad Gable, he sees all the smoke and he sees Sister Abigail and he's leaving up the ramp and somebody just yells, Gable, behind you! And Chad Gable just falls on the floor. Like, that shit is so funny.
I thought it was just me that heard that. Who did that shit? Like, they fucked that dude up.
It was somebody in the crowd. That shit was so good.
Oh, shit.
So then Sister Abigail gives Pat another video cassette. So we find out what's on that later. So then we get Sheamus in the back. Bronson Reed comes up to him and says, you know what? You're talking all this shit about having bangers. I could beat your ass, but tonight I'm going to beat your friend's ass. And Sheamus was like, what the fuck is my friend? Like, this was funny because, like, he said it. And
he did have that face. He did have that face.
He's like, who the fuck are you talking about? Because even I, like, I'm not even joking. Even I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? So we find out who his friend is about 5-10 minutes later, and it's Pete Dunne. So Bronson Reed beats Pete Dunne, and then he's beating him after the match, and Sheamus comes out to help him. Sheamus clears out Bronson Reed, and then he just like grabs Pete Dunne and gives him a hug, and Pete's like, dude, get the fuck off me. And Michael Cole on commentary goes, oh, I understand why he did that. Sheamus left him. He left him in his group, and Pete was without anything. He's like, I understand why he did that. I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
I mean, that makes sense because fucking Rich turned on him and shit.
Mm-hmm.
If Sheamus was there, they probably would still be together right now. Thank God they're not because they're all flourishing like separately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's basically the story with that, I think. Like, Pete just don't fuck with him no more.
yeah, I'm all cool with this because it's like it'll be a story between Pete Dunne and Sheamus eventually. So I'm cool. Like they're writing that story.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna
So
implement Reg back since he's in NXT?
no, no.
Good.
So we have the Judgment Day in the back, and all of them there with Priest, and Seth Rollins comes up, and Seth Rollins goes, "Listen, even though what happened, you're the better man." And Priest goes, "Listen, dude." He was like, "Screw all of that." He was like, "Forget our gentleman's agreement. I will give you a world title match after I beat Gunther. I'm going to give you a world title match. And we can have it one on one, just the two of us." And Seth's like, "All right." As soon as he said that, I'm like, "All right, you losing the title at SummerSlam. Ain't no doubt about it. Sorry. Like, sorry, pal. It's time. Like, you're finally losing the title. It's happening."
So either way, if Seth wins, because it either was he never gets a title match again against Priest because like he lost that whole shit,
Mm-hmm.
or he gets the rematch anyway because Priest said so. So
Exactly.
either way, he won.
Basically. And then Priest gets a phone call. And as soon as he gets the phone call, I knew exactly what that was. I was like, "Oh, she's coming." So,
Same, especially with what happened later, like in the what is it, clubhouse, their
yes,
lair, whatever the fuck.
Clubhouse.
Oh, okay.
So then we get Sammy out, and Sammy's talking about the Intercontinental Championship, and people keep doubting him. He keeps proving them wrong. And then Braun Breaker comes out. And Braun Breaker's like, "I want another title shot." And he's like, "I mean, you lost." And Braun just fucks him up. And then Braun keeps fucking him up until Ilya Dragunov comes out and beats up Braun and basically sets up a match for later on.
It was a
So,
funny part in this beatdown though.
mm-hmm,
Like Adam Pierce and all them try to like separate them, and then like Braun's like, okay, I'm cool. He walks to the back a little bit. I don't know if he was like halfway down the ramp or whatever, or like in the beginning, whatever. But
mm-hmm.
then he tells like Pierce whatever, "Hey, look over there," and they happen to look. He like dips him and like runs and does the fucking spear. Like what the fuck?
That shit was funny. So then they set up the match for Ilya Dragunov versus Braun Breaker. Like, all right, cool. And
This should have been on pay per view.
I mean, I'll tell you why not in a minute. I'll tell you why not. So
Yeah,
then we get a six-person match, which is Judgment Day, which is Finn, JD, and Carlito versus Awesome Truth and Braun Strowman Bread. And this was a match. I mean, this was such a match that I totally forgot what happened in the match. I just happen to remember that it existed. But yeah.
the only thing I took from the match, and it's something
Mm-hmm.
really minor,
Mm-hmm.
and it had nothing to do with the match, which is funny. Did you notice they referred to fucking Carlito as like not really a member of the Judgment Day? I thought he already was a member, but apparently he's like in the same place JD was like last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like like trying to get in and he's not.
Yeah, he's not in. So
Okay.
here here's where the rest of the SummerSlam 97 starts to play out because Pierce and Punk are talking, and Pierce says, "Listen, I'm going to talk to Drew next week, and I don't want you around because I'm going to try to get you a match with Drew. And I don't know how this is going to work because Drew has flew off the handles and he's beat up referees before. So I need to talk to him and get him calm. So I don't want you around." And Punk says, "All right, fuck it. I'm not going to be around." And like right there was like, We're SummerSlam 97 all over again, baby. And what I mean by that is it's going to be Drew versus Punk with Seth as the special guest referee.
Oh, is this Undertaker versus Bret Hart with Shawn Michaels as the referee?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
That's why I sent you the gift. So, yeah, that was, so then we go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse. And they're doing Trish Stratus and Triple H. Part of me, I swear that DX just lives out their runs because like the Shawn Michaels thing is a special guest referee, and then the Triple H and Trish thing, and they get caught by the Judgment Day. Yeah, yeah.
Old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, they're just using the same shit over and over again. So then we have the Uncle Howdy promo. How do you feel about this?
They're getting better. They're getting better. I liked it.
So he basically says he has a family, and he says why each of them was discarded, and it makes me laugh because the first thing he talks about is Joe Gacy, and he basically says that Joe Gacy was a sicko for for getting beat up all the time, and they discarded him. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. He was that guy, and he basically pulls out each and every one of their flaws that, like I've mentioned on this podcast multiple times, and they just did it. Like they
Yep.
just said, "This is it." And the way that he says that they're a family just makes me go, "This is part of a cult." Now,
Yep.
there was something here, and I know it wasn't trick pornography. I know it wasn't. There was 100% not trick pornography. That was scaring the fucking shit out of me. It was just one thing that kept
Okay.
scaring the fucking shit out of me as I'm watching this. As I'm looking at this, and I know it's like not trick pornography because this is like a real life thing, they were showing angles of Bo Dallas and the fucking weirdest shit. They kept showing fucking angles of him, and he just kept looking like Bray. Because every fucking 5
Oh my
seconds, I'm like,
God. Me too.
I was
I
looking at him
seen
like,
that too. Oh my God.
I was like, that's Bray. And it's like, no, that's Bo. That's Bray. And it's, no, it's still Bo. And like, they didn't do no trick pornography. Like, oh my God, they made his face look like, because he looks just like him. And in this next segment, you're just like, holy shit, he looks way too much like him. I know they're brothers, and you're like, they're brothers, Eddie. Yeah, but like they look almost identical for some fucking reason. Because they come back, which is like a whole layered meta thing that a lot of people don't know about. So Chad Gable's like, yo, I'm out here running for my life, man. He's like, something got to happen. And he's talking to Pierce, and Pierce is like, dude, I'll figure something out. And Pierce opens the door. Like Chad walks away, but he opens the door, and Bo Dallas is sitting there. And Bo looks at him. And Pierce just walks in calmly, and the door closes. Now, why is this like super meta? Because a lot of people don't go on Twitter. A lot of people don't have the knowledge and see anything that's happening on Twitter. The night that everybody got murdered, weeks ago, nights when everybody got murdered, someone said something to Pierce, and Pierce had the weirdest fucking response. The weirdest fucking response. You're like, what the fuck? Like, that was weird. So the days that follow, Pierce would post weird shit. Like he did a tweet and delete of like just all of this we are something, and it was just like basically just straight up Wyatt shit. You're like, what the fuck? And then he was like, oh, he was
Like
like,
he's
guys, I got it.
possessed.
Yeah, and he was like, guys, I got hacked. He even did something in his car where he like slipped up and said something whitey, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" So when he walked into the room and Bo smiled at him, it's like that wasn't done by accident. That wasn't done by him just fucking around. This is a layered story. Like this is deep. This is deep lore. Like this is a layered story. I'm like, oh shit, there's more to this. Like he's part of the cult now.
Yeah, like slowly but surely they're gonna get more members because it's called the Wyatt Six, SICKS, not
Yes.
the Wyatt Six, SIX, meaning they
Yes.
could have more than six members.
Mm-hmm.
At
And
least that's just
I
me.
no, it's definitely gonna happen because this Pierce thing, like I said, I thought it was just like a really weird fuck up and they were just fucking around, but it's layered. It's 100% layered. Like
Yeah,
yeah, so I'm down for it.
same.
So then we had a damage control promo. And damage control is basically talking about how they're going to take back over, they're getting themselves back together. And I'm just like, something's off because like they keep looking at fucking Dakota Kai weirdly. And I feel like it's going to break down into something eventually, but I don't know how they replace Io. Like, I mean, not Io, but Dakota. Like, it's like I feel like something is gonna happen, but then something is not gonna happen. I don't know. Because after what happens later on, I'm like, oh, they're not breaking up at all. They're not breaking up. This isn't done. This is like a refresh. Because what happens later on, I'm like, no, nah, they're not breaking up. It's still the same. So
She probably be the MVP out of that when that eventually happens.
exactly. So then we have Braun versus Ilya Dragunov. They're fighting, and then it just all breaks down when Sammy comes out. And I was like, oh, okay. Triple threat for the IC title at SummerSlam. Got it.
Yeah, like he's the fucking underdog, but they're challenging him like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. And the funny part, a lot of
Y'all
people
doubted
don't.
me.
Yeah, you know what's funny, and a lot of people aren't paying attention. You know,
What?
SummerSlam is like right around the corner. Like it's in a few weeks. Like it's not at the end of the month. It's like in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a big deal for Sammy for the IC title. We got the world title match. We got the WWE title match. We've got the women's title match. We've got so much that's like all laid up in SummerSlam, and it's just like it's weeks away. But like if you're paying attention to the show, you're like, oh, all of this means this, this, and this, and this. So I'm all for it.
Same.
So then we have Damage Control coming down to the ring, and they're getting ready for their match. But then they cut to the back, and it's one of those promos from Killer Cross. Hey, I've killed Kofi, and John Cena is going to retire. I'm going to murder John Cena. And I'm like, please, God, no.
You're like the second person that said no to that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm not saying I want it,
Mm-hmm.
but I see it definitely. It definitely is going to happen. Like that's going to be one of the people he wants to face last.
I guess so, but I don't want it.
Hopefully, it happens like on a random Raw or something. Because I think this is going to be like his longest run. Like he's going to do everything: Raws, SmackDowns, probably some NXTs. You know, pay per
I'm
views, of
okay with it.
course. So
Yeah, I'm okay with that, but like it's just Cross is just really boring.
no, 100%. I agree, but yeah, that's going to be one of the guys. Because his whole thing, he wants to test people. I think to like see the future. You know, seeing it
I
is
mean, I'm all for it, but some people don't need to be tested. You could just leave them untested.
basically him versus Waller. Though, however, that would be an awesome one. I see that too.
Yeah, no, he's gonna have a bunch of matches, but yeah, I'm just like not Killer Cross, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So then we have Damage Control versus the TikTok Toxic Tag Team and Lyra Valkyria. So they beat Lyra and TikTok Toxic Tag Team, but before they can even celebrate properly, they get attacked by the submission specialists. I don't know what they're going to be called. I have no idea. But it's
I was,
Zoe.
I was gonna say the MMA squad, but Zoe was not in MMA. So
Yeah. So Zoe, Shayna, and Sonya Deville. They beat the dog shit out of Damage Control. Like they just destroy Damage Control. So
SSC,
oh, okay.
I guess.
Okay, the SSC. So they're now a team, and they're gonna run through the women division, and I'm kind of okay with it.
Question mark? Because that's what they sound like.
Yes, no, it was definitely a question mark because they're getting interviewed in the back, and right behind them, in all suits, is the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile talking to Chad Gable. They're all suited up. Yeah, it's happening very soon. So while the SSC is talking, they get interrupted by Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. So that's a thing.
So they're finally winning that shit.
Yes. But I really love to see Isla Dawn on TV. So so then we get a Gunther world title package. And I know you say, why is it a world title package? Because it's basically him from when he was Fat Walter to Gunther, and he's talking about winning the world title and what it means to be the Ring General. So yeah.
It's funny. I never put together like he got in shape when he became Gunther. Like I thought that was
Mm-hmm.
all a Walter thing.
Nope. But this is gonna be awesome. Him versus Damian Priest for the world title.
Yes.
So then we go to the main event. Liv and Daddy Dom versus Daddy Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega.
Hefe.
Yes. So for the first time ever, Dom beats Ray. Dude,
How about
that
that?
was that was shocking. That was shocking. So he beats Ray, and Liv and Dom celebrate. And just as he's about to kiss her, Rhea's music hits. Yeah,
Who didn't see that coming?
everybody. But that wasn't the best part to me because Rhea ran Liv off. She ran off in fear. And Dom and Rhea are talking, and she's like, I don't want to hear any of it. I don't want to hear any of it. And she basically like walks him off. Now, people are already comparing this to China and Eddie Guerrero, which is really fucking hilarious. But yeah. And one thing on commentary which made me pop was Pat McAfee said that, Dom isn't like Ray or Eddie. He's more like Art Barr. I was like, oh shit.
He knows this shit.
Yes. So here's the thing that popped me that not a lot of people seen, but it was the best part about this whole angle was after everything went off, they caught up with Liv. And Liv is peeking through the curtain and she's watching this go down. She's all the way in a whole nother part of the arena, looking through the curtain, peeking, and you're just like, oh man, she's in fear, and she's peeking, and she turns around with this devilish smile on her face. It worked. It fucking worked. She said she was going to take everything from Rhea. It fucking worked. She didn't lie. All of this was a manipulation tactic. It fucking worked because that smile was, I did it. I won. I took everything from Rhea.
Yep.
Yeah, that popped me because I'm like, this is exactly what the fuck I've been saying this whole time. Was she's been trying to take everything and she took it piece by piece by piece, and she's got it. And now Rhea's in shambles. She has nothing. She doesn't have a title. She doesn't have a crew. All she got is Damian Priest. That's it.
Well, as of now, she still has the crew. They still haven't like ditched them because both of them are getting kicked out. So
By SummerSlam, the whole landscape of Judgment Day is changing.
yep,
So yeah,
yep.
it's gonna be fun. So
I love Draw except the ending. What I mean by that,
mhm,
I love the whole like love triangle thing. Like that storyline is a banger. What I
mhm.
hated, USA needs to fucking cut their fucking shit. Like they cut it off right when it's getting fucking good. I can't wait till they go to fucking Netflix.
Dude, me too. Because like this is the second or third time they've had this Dom and Liv angle, and they cut it off right at there it goes. You don't get to see anymore. God damn it.
Oh my god, I just put together that it's always with them. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that.
Yep. So now we go to NXT, and we have Ego, our new world champion, opening up.
Ego.
You love that song.
Yeah, I actually kind of do. It's a low key banger.
So he opens up the show. Then Shawn Spears comes out. Then Javon Evans come out. And then Trick comes out. Oral Mensa tries to attack Ego, which we'll kick to that later. And they wind up getting into a fight and setting up a tag team match for later on. Javon Evans and Trick versus Ego and Shawn Spears.
Did Trick look more buff to you, like that night for some reason? Because to me, he
Yes,
did.
because he had his shirt off. And that's why you can see how buff he was.
Oh, okay,
Because like he had the sleeves off his shirt, and it's like, oh, you can see he's actually super buff. Like, got it.
cool.
Yeah. So that was a thing. So we get Kamra Petrovic versus Ariana Grace, and Damage Control. I mean, not Damage Control. Toxic Distraction 4.0 comes out, and then Fallon Henley winds up attacking both Kamra and Ariana Grace. So yeah,
AKA Team Canada.
yes, Team Canada. So then we have Ava talking to Brooks Jensen. And she's like, hey, listen, you've been through a lot. We want you back here. Just no more fuck ups. No more craziness. We want you to be normal. Okay. And he's like, man, I'm glad to have my job back. She's like, you were never fired. I don't know what the fuck you did, but you were never fired. You're fine. I'm glad that you're back. Now just be normal.
Is it me or does he look like he's in fucking shambles?
He looks like it. And I'm okay with that.
Yes.
So then we have the Heritage Cup match, Tony D'Angelo versus Lexis King. But here's a little twist. We got DJ Nightwolf as a DJ during this whole entire thing. It it fucked me up
That
for a
was weird.
second. It was fun. Like it was fun because every time Lexus got to do something, he'll just start playing a record. He's like, hey, come on," and he just kept fucking with Lexus King. Lexus King got one fall, and Tony D'Angelo got two, and he won. So now Lexus and DJ Nightwolf are gonna have a beef.
Yep.
And I know people are probably like, "Who the fuck is DJ Nightwolf?" Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe is DJ Nightwolf because he's Native American and also he's a DJ. So DJ Nightwolf.
Half the people listening probably don't know who Nightwolf is.
They probably know. So then we get Javon Evans attacked by Brooks Jensen. Brooks beats the shit out of him. And fucking Briggs comes up and is like, "Hey man, I vouch for you. Don't do this shit." Like, come on, man. And Brooks was like, "I'm just trying to make an impact." And Briggs was like,
He
"Come
needs to stop
on."
saying that shit.
I mean, it's funny as hell. It's funny. So we have something that's really fucking dumb and stupid. So we have Chase U in the back, and Ridge comes up and goes, "Listen, he's like, I've got something for you guys." He goes, "I got a championship match." And they go, "What, a tag team championship match?" "No, I got Duke a North American championship match against Owen Philly." And Riley Osborne is like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then Thea's like, "Yay! It's cool."
Harley was like, he's gonna kill him.
Yes. That shit was so funny.
Yes.
And then we got a tag team match that I was just like, okay, what the fuck? It was the Gallus Boys versus Ty and Ty. And Ty and Ty are too fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great.
Dude, they lost to Gallus, but like, holy shit, the drop kicks and like the shit that they were doing, I was like, what the fuck? They're really fucking good.
Which one's the little one? Like,
I don't
that's
know.
Tyson. Like
Maybe.
he's like stocky. To me, he's stocky like fucking Ishii, but he's
Mm-hmm.
agile like a motherfucker.
Yeah. So then we get Trick getting interviewed, and Trick is like, "I'm gonna go out there alone, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of both of them." And then he goes, "You know what? I might need a partner." And like as he's saying it, the TV behind him, Joe Hendry appears. I was like, "Yep, it's happening."
I didn't notice that. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's happening. Cause like there was like little hints of like Joe being there all day, like
That I
throughout the whole
noticed.
entire show, like throughout the show. But that one was like the most blatant one because he was like, "I guess I have to go find a partner." And then like Joe Hendry just popped up on the screen. I'm like, "Oh, they're doing it." And
Because everybody would make jokes like, don't say his name or something like
mm-hmm.
that.
So Wesley comes out to literally go, "Listen, I don't know what I'm gonna do," and this is the fucked up. This is the most fucked up part about it. It's like ever since the thing happened where the crossovers happened, I literally said, they're going to do this. They're going to do this. I've been saying this for 2 months. I've said, they're doing this exact thing. They're going to do this exact thing. And
I
nobody
blame you.
believed me. No, you can blame me because I've been saying this. And then Wesley's like, "Man, I don't know what I'm about to do." And then MSK music hit, that fucking place lost it. Because fucking dude, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz come out and we have the reunion. That place was
Were you
fucking.
slightly confused for a second?
Why?
Because, like, if you listen closely, right,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yes.
MSK music is exactly the same as Wesley's music, just minus
Mm-hmm.
the MSK and, like, I guess a little bit more bass because they
Mm-hmm.
changed it recently. Like,
Yep.
did that confuse you a little bit? Because it got me until I heard the MSK.
Nope.
I'm like, oh shit.
Nope. Because I literally was sitting there waiting for the music to hit because I knew as soon as he said this, I'm like, he's coming out. They're coming out. They're coming. They're here. I was like, you can't tell me. If he would have went out there and something else would have happened, I would have been more shocked than the fucking Rascalz reunion. I would have been way more shocked
Yeah.
than anything else happening because this one would, to me, was like a no brainer. I'm like, oh, he's coming out there. They're showing up. They're showing up. They're showing up. And right there, they showed up. They showed up. It was it. Rascalz reunion. Everybody popped for it. It was like a huge pop, not only in their arena, but online, because everybody loves the Rascalz. They were like, holy shit. Like,
Slight
it was,
correction, right?
mm-hmm, yes,
It's a Rascals slash MSK reunion because they're referred to as both.
yes. But it was so great. Like, everybody was losing their shit. They was excited. They were happy. Like, this is one of the benefits of this fucking back and forth thing. And it's like, this is great. Everybody was fucking losing their shit. Like, and I'm so
You
happy
finally
that
got
it
that
happened.
one. What's your next
Mhm.
one?
Listen, I'm not gonna say because it's the one that you actually said that it keeps looking like it's getting closer and closer to happening. But I, I'll talk about that in the next few seconds. But like, yeah, that's definitely happening.
Okay.
So we had Izzy Dane versus Thea Hale, and then Tatum Paxley got involved because Izzy Dane wanted to beat her up, and she fucked up her shoulder, and Thea made her tap. So that was a thing. And then Obafemi said, Duke Hudson, next week, I'm going to kill you. Duke was like, no, 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 no. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to fight because I could fight, and I'm going to whoop your ass. Give you a taste you size ass whipping. Like, okay. So,
Got laughed.
yeah, Jake something versus Obafemi. That's
Oh,
that's the thing. So
I like.
then we get the Rascals in the back, and they're walking, and the Gallus boys show up. And the Gallus boys start talking shit, and the Rascals slash MSK want to fight. I'm like, all right, so next week, that's a thing.
Because the reason I said both, because like Gallus actually asked him like, which one are you? So Wes like, when it's just me and him, meaning fucking Zachary Wentz, it's
Mm-hmm.
MSK. But when it's all three of us, it's the Rascals. My question:
Mm-hmm.
if it's fucking okay, so if it's Wentz and Miguel, they're also the Rascals. But what if
Yes.
it's Wes and Miguel? Are they MSK?
No, they're the Rascals still.
Okay.
Yes. So then we get Ava backstage, and she's yelling at Brooks, and she gives Brooks a match against Javon Evans next week. And I forgot who the hell Briggs wanted to. Oh, Briggs wanted to fight Shawn Spears. And she said, you can't do it tonight, but I'll give you a match against him eventually. So
Yeah.
then we had the Good Brothers versus OTM. And I don't know if it was the Good Brothers doing their job, but for once, OTM looked like they were actually really good.
I'm gonna say it was the Good Brothers doing their job.
Yeah, because I came out of this match like, holy shit, they're actually really fucking good.
Look what
So
you did to my chinga face.
yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
Yes.
Like, what the fuck? Like the funny part is like I don't even know what he did to his face, so like that fucked me up. I was like, what the fuck did he do to his face?
Yeah, 'cause that was random. All of a sudden, like he's wearing a fucking mask.
Yeah. So then we have Damian Kemp being stuffed in a trunk by the no quarter catch crew, and They're about to drive him to wherever the fuck they're gonna drive him to. And Ren Sinclair is out there. She was like, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. And she runs off.
That shit was funny.
So then we had Fallon Henley versus Sol Ruka, which was crazy because like I was like under impression that they were gonna do one thing and it was like, oh, we're gonna do the exact opposite. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Good for you. Good for you, NXT. You're doing great. Because what they did was Toxic 4.0 shows up and they beat the shit out of Sol Ruka, basically submitting Fallon and them as a team.
He's gonna turn into a 6-person tag.
Yep. And then we see Tatum Paxley with a messed up doll, and she throws the doll on the floor. And when she throws the doll on the floor, like she said, I just wanted people to play with. Why won't nobody play with me? Wendy Chu picks up the broken doll. Now, here's a little something that I want to fucking know the answer to because I don't even have a clue of this.
Okay.
Brooks was in an office talking to somebody. We didn't hear who or see any trace of who he was talking to. Who the fuck is he talking to? And some people are like, oh, he's crazy, he's talking to himself. Nah. There's somebody in there.
None. Yes.
Like, I don't know who, but whoever's in there, it's going to be a game changer for him.
You got any clues or no? Because
No,
I have a theory.
Okay, who's the theory?
So he said, okay, like he's talking to Ava. Remember that sequence? And he mentioned he's good now because he has a support system. And then he goes on to say, I'm gonna make an impact. He said that once or twice throughout the show.
Yes.
Whoever it is, like I don't know exactly who it is, but whoever it is, it's from TNA.
Okay. But who could it be?
So
who from TNA is like a life coach or a manipulator?
Damn, I can't think of nobody, but like, yeah, that was my theory. Someone for TNA, but I can't think of who.
Listen, if what you're saying sounds familiar, it could be a support system.
Oh,
Yeah, see? So
yeah.
that could be a thing. So then something that like totally blew my fucking mind. So Ava, Stevie Turner are there and they're talking and somebody comes out of Ava's office and it's Cedric Alexander. And Ava's like, all right, I'm glad to have you down here at NXT. This is going to be awesome. And Cedric leaves and Robert Stone pops up and he's like, yo, he's talking to somebody. He's like, yeah, just make the next left, blah, blah, blah. And the person makes the next left and it's fucking Shanti Diadonis. I was like, what the fuck? Like, they're a tag team. What? Didn't they know they was here?
They don't talk to each other apparently.
So Shanti and Cedric are down in NXT for now.
Do you think they're gonna make them a tag team, like on an accident?
Nope. I hope that they stay separate and they do their own serious thing. I'm down with that.
Same.
So then we have the main event. Ego and Shawn Spears versus Trick and Joe Hendry.
Say his name.
Dude,
and up here.
He had the hugest pop. Like, people lost their shit for Joe Hendry.
Yep.
And
they did the wave on the fucking wave part.
Mm-hmm. So Joe Hendry looked like a fucking huge ass star. Of course, they beat Ego and Shawn Spears. So, yeah, Joe Hendry came over from the TNA NXT exchange. Good.
Do you think it's gonna wind up being Ego versus Hendry?
I would be okay with that. I would be totally fine with that because he did pin Shawn Spears, but Ego got attacked by fucking Oro Mensa. So he's going to have to deal with Oro Mensa, and then he's finally going to go against Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
So that was that. But that didn't stop NXT even after the show went off because something happened very weirdly after the show went off. So Wednesday morning, we just find out that Stephanie Vicaire is leaving CMLL and New Japan. They say, hey, she's done her last thing. This is Wednesday morning, and we're just like, okay, cool. She's going to either AEW, WWE. She's going to one of the two. She's going to one of the two. And throughout the day, everybody's like, oh, she's definitely signing an AEW. Look here, blah, 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 blah. So shit starts happening. Everybody's like, oh, she's going to AEW. So about 5 o'clock out of nowhere, Mike Johnson just tweets, yeah, Stephanie Vicaire is going to WWE. And when Mike Johnson tweets it, it's like he's one of the respected journalists. And Sean Ross Sapp said, I've been hearing that too. Before anybody can even get further deeper into speculation, unprecedented. This has never fucking happened before. Shawn Michaels just literally tweets, welcome to the WWE family, Stephanie Vicaire. It's like, what? Like, that's what? No one's ever done that
You
before.
could
It's like
let it marinate a little bit.
he didn't even let it marinate. He just straight let it rip. And the funny part was like, I'm not even joking. Me and everybody else, even other wrestling journalists, said the same exact fucking thing. They were like, hold up. Is this like a fake account? Because like I had to click on the tweet. Like, is this really Shawn Michaels? And it was 100% Shawn Michaels. I was like, oh my god, they literally did it. They did a thing. They signed someone, and everybody was like, oh my god, they signed Stephanie Vicaire. Well, not everybody. Mostly, some of the people was like, oh, they signed Stephanie Vicaire. That's crazy. And then people was like, oh shit, they got Julia and Stephanie Vicaire. So then out of the blue, Corey from Fightful, he tweets, he goes, they got Stephanie Vicaire, Julia, and Delta. He's like, NXT is going to be crazy. And this is the weirdest thing because I'm usually plugged into like every wrestler, and it's like, who the fuck is this chick named Delta? And like, I'm
I was
literally
just
like,
about to ask you that.
I'm literally saying that, and then it was other people under the post going, who is Delta? And Corey was like, oh, he was like, a lot of people don't know her because she's an Australian born wrestler and she wrestles in Australia. And I like soon as I find out like more about, I was like, all right, let me go do my digging. And the first thing I found out, like soon as I saw her picture, I was like, she was leaving the company, her home promotion. She's leaving her home promotion. And this was like 2 days ago. She did her last match and she's done. So that means she's going to WWE very soon. And she looks like a cross between like Rhea Ripley and who else could I put it? But like she's just like the another perfect version of Rhea Ripley, and you're like, okay. And I know you're like, why are you comparing them? Because she's like taller, muscular, and she has like the kind of rock star aesthetic. And you're like, she's gonna be a star. Like just looking at her, just like from view before I even viewed any of her matches, I was like, yeah, she's gonna take off. She's gonna be a star. Like you put her on WWE screen, she's taller than most women, and she just has like this look to her. Yeah, she's gonna be a monster. Like you have them three all signed. You're like, this is WWE's finally turning the page on. Hey, we're losing out to all the big names. They're finally signing people.
I gotta look her
And
up then.
and the thing that like pissed me off with the Stephanie McCare thing is everybody immediately goes, "Oh, you use AEW to get on. You use this. You do that. Like, oh, you're portraying Tony Khan and all of that." And for me, it's like I don't really give a shit because she's a wrestler. Wrestlers first. She wants money. There was a reason she went to WWE, and we just had to find out the reasons that she went. So, upon further research, there are more than multiple reasons why she went to WWE. One of them was when she grew up in Chile, she was a WWE fan. That's one of the reasons. And the other reason was it was something that like I heard of. I didn't touch it because it was a messy situation, but it was more messy than I thought because her and her boyfriend had got into a scuffle where he was choking her and being a domestic abuser. I had heard that like a while ago. I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. I didn't touch on it because one, she was in CMLL at the time, and two, it just was a messy situation. But so reported from Meltzer and other sources, one of the reasons she didn't want to go stay in AEW was because of Rush Indralistico and CMLL. They all backed the boyfriend. It was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, we don't give a fuck about you. We're backing the boyfriend. And the Rush Indralistico thing, they both sent out tweets in support of the boyfriend and then deleted them. This was when it happened. As far as CMLO, they tried to get her to drop the charges. They tried to get her to do some other stuff. They didn't want this to be a thing. They're like, no, 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 just act like this shit ain't happened. Just go ahead. So when I see her do what she did, the way she did to leave CMLO, I don't feel bad for CMLO because she literally had the titles in CMLO and she didn't do a job. She just left. She was like, nah, fuck this, I'm done. She was supposed to be on a show between CMLL and New Japan. She was like, fuck this, I'm done. I'm done. She literally said, I'm out and left. And from hearing about her situation and the way they treated her, and they wanted her to just like get rid of this situation that was very detrimental to her, dude, is like, I have no problem. And then on top of that, people started tweeting from Mexico going, oh, now that you're going to USA, like the charges are going to be dropped from your boyfriend and he's going to be out. Like, I'm glad you're gone. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's not how that works, one.
That's
And
fucked up.
yeah, like, that's kind of fucked up that you would say that. Like, that's not how that works. She's like, just because she moved to the US doesn't mean the dude gets to get out. Like, he got arrested for a
Yeah.
reason. Like, it's not like he could just get the fuck out. Like, that's not a thing. But people are weird. Like, they're very weird. And I know somebody was like, hey, what about Dragon Lee? Like, Dragon Lee is related to Rush and Dralistico. Did he say anything about the Stephanie Vicaire situation? At the time, like, Dragon Lee was a world traveler, so he didn't know nothing about this, and he never tweeted anything. He never said, oh, shit, like, screw you or whatever. He didn't say shit. Rush and Dralistico, they were like, no, this is our boy. We fucks with him. Like, screw you. And she just like, nah. And this was like what sealed it for her, like 100% sealed it for her. Stephanie McCare over the weekend, she went to Heatwave. Like, she was backstage at Heatwave and she just literally saw everything and was like, oh shit. Like, she talked to everybody back there and they was like, yeah, like, we want you to start immediately. She was like, bet, I'm done. She wrestled Tessa Blanchard. She beat her and then just dipped. She was like, I'm done. She was like, I'm done. no love. And I'm like, bet, like, I'm okay with it. And I know
100%. Yeah.
somebody's probably like, oh, like you're saying that because it's WWE. If she would have did that in AEW for the same exact reason, I'd have been like, yeah, no, I'm glad that she's going. It's just happened that she's in WWE. That's it.
She could have went to like NWA for all I care, and we don't watch that. But still, as long as she's out that situation.
Yeah, and that's like I said, I've heard about the situation. I never looked too deep into the situation because it was a thing if you're just like around in the CMLO Mexican scene that you've heard about the situation, just didn't dig any deeper into it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
but the fact that a lot of people supported him in a domestic abuse thing where it's like she got choked, she got fucked up, and the cops like in a fucking country where the cops don't really just go, oh, we're gonna do some shit for domestic abuse, where they're like, no, we have to do something about this. You know it's fucked up.
Right.
So I mean, I'm glad that she's out of it, and like, I'm mad at Roosh because like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you're just gonna go? Nah, I'm gonna support him.
I don't care how cool I am with like somebody like they do something like that. Like, no, you're on my shit list.
Yeah, and like that's like people like Flip Gordon is down there in Mexico. How he still supports Marty Scurll, and it's like Marty did some real horrible shit. It's a lot of people that like I see still support Marty Scurll even on like the little like hey just like still liking and retweeting his shit, and it's like, dude, he's a horrible fucking person. And like everybody's just like,
Yep.
no, some of us are gonna excuse it. It's like you can't excuse that. That was a 16-year-old girl. Like, what are you doing? Like, you can't just be like, yeah, no, we excuse that. Like, I don't get it.
To quote yourself,
Mm-hmm.
brain rot.
Yeah, that's what it is, and like, it's fucked up. So
Yep.
there is another rumor that's been going around about the Motor City Machine Guns, which has literally been bothering me because it's been really up and down. Because when the first thing came out, where it's like the Motor City Machine Guns are free agents, they're looking for a new home, immediately they were like, oh, they're in AEW, they're going to AEW, they're maybe in AEW by the summer. And it just was like this whole big thing of they're going to AEW, going to AEW. Now it's starting to turn around that they might be going to WWE, which like I said, I don't know what's happening, but it's been an up and down thing for 2 months of them going to either AEW and then like all of a sudden going to WWE. I don't know.
So, question about them then, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first, like if they go to AEW, we're in agreement that we rather they be in AEW and not Ring of Honor, correct? That way we can see them.
Mm-hmm.
We agree on that, right?
Yep, we agree.
So okay. So if they sign to WWE, however, right, where would you
Mm-hmm.
rather see him? NXT or the main roster? Doesn't matter, Raw or SmackDown.
Listen, this is why I'm kind of feeling like they are going to WWE because out of the blue, when DIY won the tag team titles, like somehow, some way,
Yeah.
Motor City Machine Guns popped up on their timeline. I'm like, what is happening? Like that's when I was like, oh, there's more smoke to this fire than I thought. Because Ciampa and Gargano was like, no, we're gonna put up the Motor City Machine Guns. So like, what's up? It's like, okay, so it feels like they might like if they do show up, I would want them on the main roster because give the main roster more titles. I mean, not well titles too, but more tag teams because
Initially, I was gonna say NXT, but I
mhm,
like that, so
yeah.
I'm going with you.
And speaking of titles, it has reared its ugly head again that secondary titles for the women are coming to the main roster. And we reported on it before, and now it's more and more talks about it's happening. So
Just working
I
on
don't
NXT,
know.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, like hopefully it works out because Dakota Kai and Naomi should be the first two secondary champions.
Yes,
And last but not
definitely
least,
Dakota.
yeah, last but not least, signings to AEW is remember I saw the promo and I said it looks like it's Aerostar.
Yeah,
It's not. It's Aramis or Aramis. Like depending on who's
Aramis. Okay,
saying it. Yeah, and like apparently he's the guy because apparently Tony Khan had an idea of a mass superstar and he wanted somebody cool and he's going with Aramis. So that's cool.
awesome.
And so one thing that a lot of people have been asking, when is Ricochet showing up? When is Ricochet showing up? When is Ricochet showing up? I am saying at All In. He's showing up at All In, and either one or two things are going to happen. Either he's going to be a surprise at All In. It's like, hey, I'm coming out after a match to challenge somebody, or which the one I would like, they set up a match for him because they could set up the match versus Osprey. That could be one, or if they're not giving Pac the title match, have Pac versus Ricochet.
That would be a banger like a motherfucker. Yeah,
Because like, it's so many ways they can go if they're not just going to throw him right in against Will. Because like, you could do that. You could do him versus Claudio. You could do a lot of things.
what's
But
that
yeah,
match? It's like it's with the chip and whatever, like the ladder match and whatever. I forget what it's called, but that
the
one where he could be the
casino,
Joker.
the casino battle royal gauntlet.
Yeah, he could
Yeah,
be the Joker to that.
I mean, yeah, you could like. It's so much you can do. Like, it's so much you can do, and I'm like I said, I don't know, but like, it's so much you could do,
Yeah,
and of course, like everybody's gonna be like, oh shit, Ricochet's here. Nobody's gonna be like, oh shit, fuck Ricochet. Everybody's gonna fucking lose their shit. Ricochet showing up. So yeah, like yeah, no, I'm totally down for that.
yeah, should be good. Although I
Oh
prefer
yeah,
him in TNA.
I mean, I would too, but he's already trying to. He's already been backstage to fucking AEW, and they had plans for him. Like
Cool.
the only other person who's been backstage is Dijak. So Dijak is also looking like he's going to be a guy that's going to show up, and it is what it is.
Yeah,
So yeah, like AEW is definitely replenishing their roster. They're replenishing their roster. They're getting a bunch of people, and like it's not a bad thing.
good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Like I'm not against it. But yeah, so yeah,
As long as they're used correctly.
eh, that's what I'm saying. Cause like, here's the thing, like they put on banger matches. They sometimes hit really high on stories, and you're like, oh shit, they're really doing good. But also, it's people that get lost that are just dead in the water. You're like, where the fuck is Miro? Where's Ricky Starks? It's so many, like, it's so many random people just are like, well, they're just there, and then they just get lost. And then once they go to Ring of Honor, it's over. It's over. They're in Ring of Honor, and it's gone. They're just fucking gone. So,
Where's
you
Scorpio
know,
Sky?
exactly. He did a whole thing, and it's like, nah, nah, you kind of suck.
What if he got injured doing those fucking promos?
Dude, I would, to be honest, I would be happy if he did get injured. Like, I'm not even joking. I'd be happy if he did get injured doing a promo because he just fucking disappeared with no explanation. At least if he's injured, you'd be like, oh, it's because he got injured. Like,
Yeah.
see, it is that easy, but like, holy shit, like sometimes it's just like fucked up. Sometimes it's just fucked up. But yeah, like things are changing rapidly, and things are happening on both sides, which is making this very enjoyable because it's usually just one side that just gets all the cool toys. Now it's everywhere.
Yep.
So yeah. Any last words?
Wrestling is back, baby.